So we haven't seen you guys here for, I guess it's been about a year.
Yeah.
And before that we saw you twice in a year.
Yeah.
And there has been a new album in that period. So, are you tired?
Pretty. Well, no, we're just sort of starting again now, really. So, I hope not. We've got another 2 years to go.
Well, yeah.
We'll make another record.
Well, and this is the difficult record, the second one.
Yeah.
Because did you have any time to actually write it while you were? I mean, that first record was a whirlwind. When did you find time to write this record?
We set aside a bit of time at home to write the album. We actually still played a few shows in that time, but they were just much more spread out, just on the weekends, a few festivals here and there. But we had we had as long as we needed, really, to make the record. We could always have come back to it after the shows we did in the summer. But in the end, we didn't need it. So we started at the beginning of March in 2010, and we were finished recording everything by the end of June, I guess.
Of last year?
Last year, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been sitting on this record for quite some time.
About 6 months we had it fully mixed, ready to go before it came out. So, yeah.
Now you did it at Assault and Battery Studios in North London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's an interesting neighborhood.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's quite cool, actually, because for a while we thought we'd leave London, leave England, and go somewhere abroad. We found a place in Paris that we would, really wanted to try and record the record at, but worked out pretty expensive. And and this time I think it's just a bit risky to be, as a band, spending lots of unnecessary money on making albums. So, but actually it worked out, I guess, kind of well, because we could commute to the studio, from our homes fairly easily, but also it's in a part of London that we had very little knowledge of. And
there's no real reason to go to that part of
London.
London.
There is not much of a reason to go there, and that's kind of cool because, you are in your own slightly different bubble, and it's got a lot of character and culture to it, that part of London. I think, it was great.
It's Alan Mulder's studio,
yeah.
and he works there with Flood quite a bit.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Okay.
I was there at the studio for the Killers' Sam's Town album,
Yeah.
so they were working there. And I was waiting for a cab to come and take me back to the hotel. And I wasn't about to go outside because they've got the big fence with the pointy thing. It just didn't look like a good neighborhood. And then all of a sudden what I thought was a homeless guy starts coming up and banging on the door. And he had hair down to here, and his teeth were all crooked. He had this crazy look in his eye. He was all dressed in black and kind of disheveled. And I thought, oh God, somebody do something about this guy at the door.
A cab driver.
No.
Oh.
Ronnie from the Killers runs through the lobby, opens the door, and grabs the guy in a big bear hug. How are you doing? What are you doing with this homeless dude? And then I look down, and he's got these weird stripy socks on. I recognize those socks from someplace. And Ronnie takes him around and starts introducing him to everybody in the lobby. And says, "Who? I don't want to touch this guy." Yeah. And he says, "Yeah, this is Tim. Socks. Oh, you're Tim Burton.
Oh, wow.
You're here to talk about a video." Okay.
Amazing.
That's awesome. That's been the video for Bones.
It was the
It's
video,
quite a
yeah.
good video. It's quite a good video. Wow, it's okay.
So they were there for that particular meeting in the studio.
He does look a bit like a tramp, as we said.
Yeah.
I can understand you hesitating at the door.
That's funny.
Stripy socks, though.
Yeah,
I've never known him to wear stripy socks.
He's got the Beetlejuice socks,
Oh.
which was
awesome.
the black and white
right,
horizontal
okay.
stripes. And I thought,
Okay.
okay, well, that's the way it goes. All right, back to you guys. Now, you play. This is a good story. So Peter Hook's got this new place in Manchester, Fact 251. He just can't seem to get out of the club business for whatever reason. And it's a small place, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
about-
small.
Yeah, 200 people or something.
And you were the first high-profile band to play there.
Yeah, probably the last as well. It's not a huge venue.
No.
It was kind of a cool thing to do. It was great for us to play a small show in Manchester. We have a really big following there. So it was good fun, that show.
Well, the rumor is that 200, 300, 400, whoever fits in there, that there were applications, people had to apply for tickets. And the rumor was 38,000 people.
I think that is a
around
number
that.
that we've heard, yeah.
There was a lot
They
of
didn't
people
all
there.
get in, unfortunately.
They didn't
So
all
we
get
had to
in.
turn some people away.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
couldn't do 500 nights at Fact 251.
But you know what? That's a festival number.
Yeah.
That's bigger than Spike Island. I mean, that had to be pretty good, a good
Yeah.
feeling to hear.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and Yeah, I think it's we've also, we're slowly building fans everywhere in the world, and it seems like things are moving in the right direction for us, especially now with the second record coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you've had a chance to tour the world, give me a story. Tell me, I mean, you come out of Ealing and all of a sudden you're in this really good band, you got a really well-received first record, and then you go on the roller coaster ride around the world. You must have seen something goofy.
We've seen a lot of stuff. I mean, we've been everywhere. Wow. God, I don't know. Where's the strangest place that we've? I mean, other than Nick.
It's not really funny, but it's actually really depressing. But Monterey was, I think, one of the most interesting places I've been to, because in recent years,
Monterey, Mexico.
Monterey, Mexico. It's like 7 years ago. It used to be the safest city in Mexico and the capital city of Mexico. Well, no, not the capital, but a big, important financial capital city of Mexico. And now it's one of the most dangerous places to live in Mexico, and it's like a war zone. And we went there to play a show.
With no
it was
knowledge.
A really real adventure. About 800 people turned up to the show, which was amazing. But the night before we were there was like a huge, there's a huge
shooting.
Gang warfare in the police and the army and the
3 army
cartels.
officers died.
Yeah,
2 police. There was grenades
insane.
thrown.
Like 30,000 people have died in that country in the last few
We
years.
had no
and
idea.
That was we really saw it firsthand. It was crazy.
I don't mean to laugh, but I'm going to tell you a story about a gig in Guadalajara.
We played there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A band called La Excelencia.
Okay.
Playing a show. It's late. It's a Monday night. 4 o'clock in the morning comes. It's like, you know what? We want to go home.
Yeah.
We want to be in our beds before the sun comes up. But 4 drunk guys come in, and they wanted another encore. So like, come on, it's 4 in the morning. We want to go home. So the drunk guys would have none of this. So they threw a grenade on stage.
That's insane.
Then shooting broke out, and 2 members of the band died.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Actually, was that recently?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's intense.
So I'm here to warn you, please, guys,
Play an encore.
play an encore, or maybe not go to Mexico again.
It felt pretty good for us, actually. It was good. Right, and the shows all the 3 of the shows were fantastic, but the spending time in Guadalajara and Mexico City was awesome, actually. Both really cool cities. So. Hopefully we won't encounter.
Did you meet anybody at a festival that you kind of went, wow, I'm on the same stage as these guys?
Ooh. I don't know.
Well, we did get the chance last year to see them Crooked Vultures play.
that was
not
good.
last year, the year before, in fact. Reading
so
and
the
Leeds.
side of the
And
stage.
it
In a really small.
it was a really great show, because Josh Homme and Dave Grohl have been heroes of mine for a really long time, especially Josh Homme. To see those guys playing together was really awesome, actually. And they were playing like a couple of bands before us, because it was like a surprise thing, a secret thing, and it was awesome. That was cool.
Notice that you say Josh and Dave, and not that bass player guy who was
Well,
in that
John
other
Paul
band.
Jones, yeah, I know, yeah, no, absolutely. But Josh Homme I only say that because Josh Homme is someone I grew up with.
Right.
I really worshipped him when I was a teenager, and also I think Dave Grohl drummed on possibly the best Queens of Stone Age record, Songs of Death.
Yeah, I would think so.
And his drumming on that album is awesome. So I feel it was really cool that those guys are making music again together. That was awesome.
Well, we've got another album cycle, so you guys are in the bubble. You're back on the bus, and
Not the bus yet. Actually, we've been doing a disappointing amount of flying recently. And,
wait, disappointing?
Well, because I say that because we've just had to cancel a New York show. It was meant to be last night because
Of weather. It was a blizzard.
Yeah, insane amount of snow.
They've had a meter of snow in Central Park
I know.
this month.
Yeah,
It's a shame though, because it's like if we were on a bus,
we'd make it.
we'd make it.
No, you'd be in the ditch.
No, we would
No,
make it.
I think we'd make it, and
make it.
flying.
We'd find a way
is
in.
just, flying is just a bit of a, it's a bit of a drag, all the waiting and stuff like that.
It's
and,
true.
I think we could probably have a hole in the ozone layer named after us if we fancied it. We've committed some global crimes.
We really
by
like the
flying.
bus. We're going to be on the bus very soon now, pretty much for 2 months or something. So it's good though. You get into a routine, and you have your own little coffin on there, and it's fine. It's okay.
This is the only band I've ever interviewed in my life that says, I can't wait to get on the
Really?
tour
Yeah, but
bus.
you probably interviewed lots of bands who fly first, don't
Well,
you?
I do,
reckon
yeah.
you probably
Okay.
do. That's
We don't-
not White
we don't do
Lies
that.
yet.
We have like
Some
really
Canadians
fat dudes
could buy a few
next
more
to
White
us
Lies
on
records.
Economy.
We might. We might fly first one day.
So yeah, so right now it's economy middle seats, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, window seats.
Well, it's
Window
not.
seats.
Yeah,
We
we
get
hope
those.
we hope for windows.
Exit row if you're lucky.
Thank you.
Unless there's is there anything about the record about Richo that you can tell us? I mean, we've only had the record here for how long has it been?
2 weeks, maybe?
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So
Well-
so people are still digesting it.
That's good. I'm glad that people are taking their time with it. You know, like music these days it's almost encouraged by everyone to be so instant and to be so immediate, and it's like they expect you to hear a song and go, "Yep, great, love it, play it," and that's it. Whereas, you know, we put a lot of love and a lot of time and thought into this record, and we really hope that people are going to give us a bit of time towards it, and that's, I think, really going to pay off. You know, some of our favourite records, certainly of recent times. I remember when Because of the Times came out, Kings of Leon's third album, and they were a band that we'd all enjoyed to a degree before then, and then that came out, and the press and a lot of people were going, "It sucks, it's rubbish," on the first week. And so I think that made us all go, "Oh, we've got to hear this is interesting." And then about 4 weeks later, people were just going, "It's amazing," you know, because it takes time. And it's I think our album is one of those. So we're looking forward to coming back to Canada in a few months when people have had it for a while, you know.
I do like the production on this record. I mean, it's Alan Moulder.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great studio with a great room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's big, it's full, and I just have a hard time. And I've told you this before, I have a hard time reconciling that you guys, just the three of you, make such a big sound.
Yeah.
Wonders of modern technology. You can do all sorts.
Harry's got a very big voice though, which helps. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
At the end of the day,
I think
like,
it's a little deeper than on the first record. Just a
I gave up. Well, no, I was still smoking when we recorded it actually, but I've given up smoking since then. So actually, maybe it'll go back up again. Maybe it'll go back up again for the next.
it's going to
record.
sound like an 8-year-old boy on the next album.
bit. Who are the cover? Who are those people?
Those people, those identical twins.
Yeah,
I don't actually, do you know their names?
No.
Because it
We
reminds me.
have been told their names. They're from like just outside of London.
Did you ever see The Shining?
Yeah, that
Oh
is
come
the kind
on,
of-
they're better looking than
Well,
that.
they are better looking.
It's the kind of vibe that.
Because they're kind of just staring at you, and you go,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We saw an image of identical twins amongst other things and thought, it's quite striking, it works, you know, well. And then it just sort of happened. I think it was,
You know,
we,
at
we
least-
were working with this company, this art company this time, who are very expensive, and you don't really mess around with their time too much because it's costing you. And it sort of got to the point where they sort of convinced us, and we convinced ourselves that this idea was going to be awesome, and they went and did it, and we did like it. I still like it. I think it works well, but I think if we'd been given more time and a little less pressure financially, we would have maybe.
Who was the
I
company?
don't know. Oh, I can't remember.
What's not Hypnosis or?
No. But anyway, it's working really well, and it's certainly, you know, like the music, causing a bit of a stir.
Did stir?
Well, some people don't like it, some people do. Same with the music, you know.
Did you give them any instruction about artwork when you sent it off, or did they just get like a burn of the album and they were told to listen to it? And
I think it's
Oh no, we
pretty
had
much-
meetings and stuff.
It's pretty
yeah,
much
yeah.
a group effort, yeah. Like, yeah, we should all take responsibility. But I think it's worth saying that the album's going down really well here in Canada.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I'd like to say thank you to all the people who bought it.
We've had amazing support here. I remember before the first album came out,
The single,
we offered a song called From the Stars, which was on the first record. We offered that as a download of the week on iTunes, free download.
That's
of the week
right.
on
I remember
iTunes.
that now. Yeah.
And it was the biggest downloaded track ever on iTunes in terms of that single of the week category kind of thing.
That would have been about summer 2008, I think.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, hearing that instantly was just amazing. And ever since then, it's just gone up for us in Canada in terms of, not just in terms of statistics, but just feeling welcome and feeling like we have, you know, people here that want us to come and play and really love our music. So it's always somewhere that we really look forward to coming to, really.
Cool. One last question. Lyrically, the new album, themes, inspirations. I mean, because again, we've talked about this before, but it's like you guys are pretty world weary for somebody so young, or at least that's how it comes across.
Well, you see a lot traveling. You come in you come into contact with a lot of things, and as people will probably expect, you know, there's a lot to do with the lifestyle, not just being in the music industry, but just of traveling a lot. That's quite lonely, of course. You know, you for a long time when we didn't even have our own homes, we were still living with our parents, and whilst that obviously did feel like home, there was quite a few months, well, it was a couple of years where you feel in limbo, really. You're constantly moving from place to place. You try and make a sort of dwelling out of the 2 meters by 1 meter box you have in a bus, but you know, that's going to contribute a lot to, at least to having time to think about things. But there's a lot of songs about love, definitely, and questioning, you know, what it is that people find so necessary about finding love and things like that. And there's touches on other aspects of of rituals, as the title is, whether it's religion or certain things that people get distracted by and cling on to, really. I would say, on the whole, that it's a lot less romantic than the first record.
I think so.
It's a lot more realistic, but still, I think, in quite a calming way. I mean, I find it very calming to listen to. I think the lyrics, they're to a degree melancholy, but it's peaceful. It's on the first album. I hear still a lot of nervousness, a lot of insecurity. We were 18 years old and we were thrown into a recording studio and told to recoup X number of £1,000 for a company that we'd just signed, you know, a piece of paper with. So we were scared, and this time round we were a little more confident. And I think as we progress and we make more and more albums, we're going to be more focused and, you know, just calmer.
Well, I have a feeling you guys are around for the long haul. I hope you are.
I hope so.
And
We'll see.
you know, anytime you're in the area, please come on in, and we'll just sort of check on your progress, because
yeah.
We will.
following
Go
it
down
with
your
you.
slide. It's pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, we're going to go down the slide here. I'm not.
Right.
You can if you
yeah,
like.
we're definitely
We're going to do it. We're
Okay.
gonna
going to do that right now.
All right. Well, good luck with the record. We'll talk to you the next time you're through in a couple of months.
do it.
Thank you
Sweet.
very much.
Thanks a lot.
Explore Music wears English Laundry apparel.